Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be showcasing Acheron alongside Hyacine. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know if you guys are personally excited for Hyacine, or if you're more excited for someone else from version 3.3 or version 3.4 even. And lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. We have Acheron here eating her little peach, or I guess she was eating her peach, but we're going to start off by using our techniques, and then we are going to get straight into it for this showcase featuring Acheron as well as Hyacine. So what we're going to start off by doing is using our skill Jiaoqiu, following up here with his ultimate just so we can inflict more debuffs onto these enemies right here. And now with Hyacine, we are going to use her skill. There we go. And we're already at full stacks with Acheron here. We're going to wait a little bit though before using her ultimate, as I would like to give her a bit more buffs before we use our first ultimate here, just so we could deal a bit more damage. What we are going to do is just basic attack, and then follow up here with Sunday, pushing her forward, use Sunday's ultimate on her now, just so we have more buffs than before. And here we're just going to take a quick look at her stats there, and now, bam, there we go. And we are also going to be able to quickly charge up her ultimate with this team, which I'll explain this to you guys in a moment here. But with Acheron, we are going to skill. Boom. Now with Jiaoqiu, we can basic attack. Now with Hyacine, I'm going to be using her ultimate now on her turn, just so we can take advantage of the after rain state for its full duration and not waste any turns. Little Ika is going to come in, do a lot of damage. We're going to skill as well, and bam. And what's really cool is if Hyacine has her signature light cone, each time Little Ika attacks, it'll count as a debuff, which I'll also show this in the build section of the video. And this is really cool as it now allows Hyacine to be able to nicely assist with getting Acheron more stacks. And there we go, we just got another stack for Acheron. So it's a cool little thing that you can end up doing, especially if you do have that light cone. And there are a couple of other synergies as well with that particular light cone that you can nicely take advantage of. But regardless, let's just use her skill now. Now we're going to advance her forward, and now we are going to attack in the middle here because that guy to the right is going to die, and now we can use Acheron's ultimate to deal some damage right here. And bam, there we go. Now these enemies are almost dead, which is perfect. Little Ika's going to come in, boom. Now with Jiaoqiu, we can just basic attack. Now they're just going to die to the damage over time there. And now we are fighting the little T-Rex right here and his little friends. So now with Hyacine, we are just going to use her ultimate. We have full energy. Little Ika is going to come in and attack all of them, which is awesome. And now we can also heal up a bit, which will contribute to Little Ika's damage output. So now with Jiaoqiu, what we're going to do is just basic attack. Now we are going to lose a skill point here, but it is a-okay. We are going to follow up here with Acheron's ultimate. Boom, 1 million right there. And now we can also use her skill. Now what we're going to do with Sunday is advance forward Acheron. And we have this speed tuned so that Acheron goes, and then Sunday is going to be able to push her up immediately afterward, which is really nice in my opinion, because now it allows us to just keep getting more and more stacks for her ultimate. Now with Hyacine, we have full ultimate again, so we might as well just take advantage of it. Boom, there we go. And now what we're going to do is just skill once again. And now with Acheron, we are going to use her ultimate. I believe this should be enough to kill. Yep, it's enough to kill. Okay, awesome. Now with Jiaoqiu, we could just basic attack. This little TV is mad at us, unfortunately, but it should be fine. Go, Little Ika! Freaking destroy them! How dare they take our energy? We lost some energy, then we gained some energy. So it ends up working out. But now it's Sunday, we are just going to replenish the ultimate buff here on Acheron. And now with Acheron, we should be able to get her ultimate. Boom! And we are just quickly charging this ultimate here. So now we can just use her ultimate. And bam! Another 1 mil right there. Alright, so we are about to get hit quite a bit here, which is a little unfortunate, but I don't think there was much we could do here. But it's fine, we're gonna live, so it's a-okay. What we're gonna do is just basic attack once again. T-Rex TV is angry and is going to attack us, but this actually works out a little bit in our favor because it allows us to get this ultimate here with Jiaoqiu, which allows us to advance him forward, plus also, of course, inflict another debuff, which now allows us to get more Acheron stacks. So yeah, they just replenished Hyacine's ultimate right there. That was actually really convenient. But we're just going to use her skill. And what? Bam! There we go. Now with Acheron, we can just use her ultimate once again. And this might be enough to kill them here. Let's see. Oh, 1%! They're so close to dying. Okay. And just for reference, we started at 29 cycles. So we'll be ending at 27 cycles, which means we cleared this in a 2-cycle clear. I think if there was any way for us to clear that first wave of enemies within the 0 cycle, then the potential for a 1 cycle can definitely happen. So here is Acheron. We're just going to quickly go through this. And she can also have lower amounts of crit damage. We are going to get a good amount from Sunday, which is really good. But as you guys can see, we have a speed tune to where Acheron is 139 and Sunday is 136. This allows us to be able to advance her forward after she attacks, which is very convenient to be able to get more stacks for her ultimate. And she is also E0. Now we have Jiaoqiu, and he is using his signature light cone, but there are definitely alternatives you can consider. One of them being before the tutorial mission begins. You can use Eyes of the Prey. You can also use Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat, and all of those work as more budget-friendly options to use it on him. We have maxed out Trace's Eagle set and Von Wax set, and now we also have E0 on Jiaoqiu. Now for Sunday, here he is. We're going to quickly go through his stats right here. He does have his signature light cone, but you can use alternatives. Maxed out Traces. For the relics, we're using Lushaka as well as Ordeal. And then for the Eidolons, he is going to be completely E0. Every 5-star on this team is E0. And next up, we have Hyacine. And she does have her signature light cone equipped, which does help out with being able to help Acheron get more stacks for her ultimate. We're also using Giant Tree as well as Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder on Hyacine, and she is also E0. And then here is, of course, Little Ika. The best part of the showcase is Little Ika. But as you guys can see, here is the light cone right here, which it mentions when the wearer's memosprite uses their skill. So when Little Ika attacks enemies, it'll increase the damage taken by all enemies by 18% for 2 turns. And this now allows you to essentially inflict a debuff on 2 enemies. During Hyacine's ultimate duration, which is the after rain state, each time she uses an ability, so a basic attack or skill, Little Ika will come in and attack enemies. Little Ika attacking counts as that memosprite skill, so that then debuffs those enemies, which now results in Acheron getting a stack for her ultimate. So as a result, Hyacine can actually be a pretty nice contributor to getting more stacks with Acheron, especially if you do have this light cone here, which could potentially add value to this light cone depending on what type of teams you want to use Hyacine on. But I did want to show this off as it is a pretty cool little synergy that people can take advantage of. And then in the slot for Sunday, you can either use 2 Nihility characters or you can do 1 Nihility and 1 Harmony. Even though this is an E0 Acheron, she was still nicely able to take advantage of 1 Harmony and 1 Nihility due to the fact that Sunday was able to provide the buffs that he provides, damage boost, the crit rate, the crit damage, and the advance forward. It makes him very useful, especially in the case of quickly generating Acheron more and more stacks for her ultimate due to his 100% advance forward and speed tuning it. And then when it comes to the slot of Jiaoqiu, that ultimately comes down to just what Nihility characters you have on your team. If you do not have many Nihility characters, a nice budget-friendly option will always be Pela, especially if you use Pela with the Eagle set. Now she'll be able to attack very frequently. And then, of course, in the slot of Sunday, if you want to use a different Harmony character, some options can be Tribi, Rame, you could potentially consider Robin, and so on. There are multiple options you could put in that slot. I personally really like Sunday though, especially for that advance forward and his buffs being able to help contribute to more damage output. But yeah, in the case of Jiaoqiu, as mentioned, if you don't really have too many options, then a budget-friendly option you can look at would be Pela. That'll be it for today's showcase. I had a lot of fun with this one in particular. I am going to do more Hyacine showcases very, very soon, so do stay tuned for those. I do have a Herda showcase coming up with Hyacine very soon, and a couple of others planned as well. And I just love little Ika. Look at this cute little baby. I love this thing so much. It's able to contribute nice damage, and it's just so adorable. Do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.